Today we check out the Media Archaeology Lab in Boulder, Colorado. The MAL is a vintage computer museum and laboratory where you can come scope out all the coolest retro computers. What's really neat is they let visitors go hands-on and actually use these awesome classic machines. This place is so cool, and they have a little bit of everything. Not just computers, but tons of vintage media format types and other retro technology on display. They have an amazing video game lounge where I could spend hours playing these vintage consoles, some of which I never got to experience as a child. But I came to the Media Archaeology Lab to check out computers. So why don't we do just that? Starting with what I know best: Apples and Macintoshes. Alright, I'm inside the lab. I'm checking out all the cool computers and got my eye on this here Apple III. Never actually seen an Apple III in real life, so it's a real treat. Disk up, in, close the drive, and boot it on. Let's see if we get anywhere. Just repeated clicks. I wonder if that disk drive needs some work. Let's flip on the monitor and see if we get anything. Yeah, as you can tell here, not much happening. Alright, I couldn't get the Apple III working. I didn't give it much go, just flipped it on a couple times with the boot disk and it didn't seem to turn on. So I bet it needs some loving from its owner or whoever knows the machine better than I do. One cool thing I found out at the MAL is that the Apple III keyboard does not detach. It is built in. Something I will only remember after now using this machine. We'll check out some more Apple gear in a minute, but being a musician, I had to see what music instruments the MAL had to offer, and it did not disappoint. They have a lovely Yamaha CX-SM music computer. This is one of those pieces of gear that I want to do a full video on, and I plan to in the future. But for now, here's a couple of sounds that I captured while there. At this point, I wanted to check out something I had heard of, but knew very, very little about. It's the Canon Cat, of course. This machine was created by Jeff Raskin, the same guy that created the original Macintosh project at Apple. Yes, the original Mac Daddy created this computer. We'll check out this Canon Cat. This is one I've never seen in real life either. A really cool computer with interesting keyboard layout, really clean design. I do believe it is an all-in-one. Yeah, the whole thing moves together, so you can kind of see from this angle that the keyboard does not become detached. The Cat was more of a word processor than a full-blown computer. It was certainly not an IBM clone. You flip this thing on and it boots to the word processor application. It did have some cool OS style with menus and icons. You could create tables with formulas. You could execute code inside of the document. The Cat didn't sell well, and it is pretty rare, so I'm really glad to get my hands on one at the MAL. This is another computer I want to do a full video on,
and plan to in the future. Okay, as promised, I'll show you some of my favorite Apple stuff from the Media Archaeology Lab.
I've always thought this monitor was really cool. It's small, but it has such a cool profile, as you can see with that stand. Kind of hard to tell here, but next to the other monitors you can tell it's pretty cool.
These are a couple of Apple II clones. It's funny, this company is really named Macintosh. Here's a Mac Classic II I was playing with. I was playing some game, apparently where I make lemonade. This computer reminded me of elementary school. I think where I attended had one of these around that time. These are all the newer Macs. They're all really cool, but I didn't mess with any of them. This Mac is their G3 iBook. I have one of these, and I'm going to make some videos on it. An older PowerBook and more recent MacBook Air. And lastly, the Apple Newton.
Another really cool device I've never seen in real life. I'm not sure I've seen any Newton. Maybe the handheld ones, but definitely not these eMate. I think is what they're called. Yeah, the eMates. This one is just so cool. I'm not going to mess with it much today, but maybe in a future day. But I mean, this is really a huge vibe to iPad plus Apple Pencil. This thing just looks so cool. Spin it around and get the angles here. Maybe a PCMCIA slot. Oh, it's got this nice handle. Yes, this thing just oozes cool. Imagine working on this at Starbucks in, I don't even know, 1994. Starbucks was even there. Yeah, this thing is cool. Look at some of the keys here. Fairly standard, like Mac style keyboard. But then you got these function keys up here that are, yeah, pretty similar to some things you'll see. Oh man, is this thing cool.
Okay, enough Apple fanboying. I'll give you a quick montage of the coolest stuff I saw at the Mal.
Actual keys, but they're kind of rubbery. These are kind of like, I don't even know what to call these. Never actually seen an SGI machine in real life, and yeah, I've always heard about them, how cool they are, used for the N64 development. Yeah. I thought it was just one workstation, but I am seeing two.
So that was my first trip to the Media Archaeology Lab. I got to see some really cool stuff, and I look forward to making more videos at the Mal in the future. If you like these types of videos, like, subscribe, do all the cool stuff. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.